We've been dating for 1 year plus. 3 months in, his mom was diagnosed with terminal cancer. He had to move home several states away. I moved out, at his request, for 3 months, got my own place. His mom and I got along amazingly. She even left family jewelry to me in her will. He'd told me about his friend, 25F, who'd had a crush on him in high school. Fine. He also told me that he'd stayed at her apartment for a night when he'd gotten there. Also fine. But things got weird when I met her mom. We went over to hers for dinner, and she and her mom only talked about how close he was to them. They told me that when he'd gone over to 25F's house, he'd stripped down to his undies so she could do his laundry, and that she did his hair. He'd never mentioned this. They have a special nickname for him and teased me for not using it. The daughter even went upstairs to change into the same outfit I was wearing. The mom was even more possessive. For months now, she's iced me out over and over. I didn't hear from him for 2 days and later found out she'd taken him on a trip to NY. When he moved back, the mom flew in to help and asked him to stay in her hotel room for the night. He could have stayed at mine. I asked 1 bed or 2? He said my suggestion was gross. She's like a mom to him. She keeps crossing boundaries. She takes sips of his drink at dinner. When I take a bite of his food, she immediately asks him to make her a bite. This summer, they insisted that they all take a vacation together. I wasn't invited. A few days ago his mother passed. He decided to stay in his condo alone for the night. 50SF flew in at 1 a.m. and went straight to his condo. There's no couch and it's a 1-bedroom. She slept in his bed for 2 days. I was shocked but I didn't say anything. This is not the time. He can barely talk and is processing his grief. But I was so appalled and insulted. She also told me not to come over to check on him. She even asked me to drive her around and run errands for her. I ignored that and went over. Every time I tried to get close to him, cuddle in his bed, sit next to him, she took my place or made him move. Then she got ice cream on her shirt, and she took it off in the living room. As I was laying next to him, she hovered over us. His uncle and grandparents seemed to have an issue with her too. He told me that she and his family were fighting over him. He never stops her from crossing the line. He needs to solve that, or I need to eventually walk away because I can't feel like an intruder in my own partnership forever. Wibta to ask for some boundaries here? Or am I being jealous and controlling? Update 1. An older woman is attempting to take on a mother, my boyfriend, who is currently dealing with grief, and I'm becoming increasingly concerned about it. I called him this morning. I haven't heard anything in 3 days. He was asleep, whoops, grimacing face. He said he would be driving back with her either today or tomorrow. He's taking the family dog, and it's a 14-hour drive. I asked him to let me know when he's coming and keep me in the loop. My current plan is to show up when they get in, regardless of the time, and tell her she needs to get a hotel or she can even sleep on my couch. But they might get in at a weird hour where she can't check in, preferable over sharing his bed. She is not sleeping there. I feel sick to my stomach and I'm trying to do calming breathing, but I can't imagine letting another night in a shared bed go by. That's all I've got for now. I'll update what happens when they get here. Let me know your thoughts on the current plan. Additional info. His mom has been terminally ill all year and he's been in such a low place. I hardly saw him in person, and this is an in-person talk. I didn't want to spoil our time together when I did see him or burden him with trying to renegotiate existing relationships. He's getting support from during this rough period. Now that she's passed and he can start healing, I'll wait a little while and talk this out with him. The really weird stuff started happening just recently when he's at his worst, so I've been holding off. He said about them stealing his water cups that he gave up trying to stop them a while ago because they keep doing it. So they kinda wore him down and are persistent on some things like that. He one time said something to the mom like, "Stop being weird around me," and they didn't talk for a week or 2, but they worked it out. I don't know exactly what was said because I didn't dig into it, but that was the only time, and it was really early on when this stuff started and then never again. Is he the sole beneficiary / could she be after money? He is the sole beneficiary, but she is a very wealthy woman and there's no reason for her to go after the inheritance. I also come from wealth and they know I wouldn't be after his money either. So that's not a factor. I do think she would only be happy if he was with her daughter and have long thought that, but the daughter is dating someone else, so it's kinda a weird thing to hold out hope for. She flew him back to their home state 2 days ago and beyond a text telling me they'd arrived, I've heard nothing since. I know he'll be back in the next few days. He has work next week, but I get a sick feeling when I think too much about it. I have no idea what's going on over there RN and I'm super concerned, but I don't want to blow up his phone either. I'm tired of walking on eggshells, though I won't lie. I thought she was gonna do a quick shirt swap. He was in the bathroom and I figured if she was just swapping shirts quickly it's no big deal. But she got distracted by her phone while changing, and stood on her phone in the bra long enough for him to come out of the bathroom, and the whole time he was saying goodnight to me. It's actually creepier than I described above, kinda wordy and hard to explain, but I'll do my best. She'd opened the little laundry closet and was standing by the little closet door like 5 feet from us, and it blocked my full view of her from where I stood as we said goodnight. I'd moved there after she took her shirt off to try and give her privacy. If it was the quick swap I thought it was. But I could see her watching me give him a hug through the crack of the door over his shoulder. I was like, what the fuck? Boyfriend's response to 1 bed or 2? He seemed grossed out by the suggestion there was anything sexual between them. And I do genuinely believe there is nothing blatantly sexual going on from his end, and that realizing the stuff she's doing is grooming-esque will be a huge eye-opening shock to him. I think he's been conditioned to see her as mama bear or mother hen for him and his friends. There's another guy our age that she has a similar closeness with, and he thinks this is all totally platonic because they've broken down his barriers one by one slowly. So when I first came onto the scene, his mom was not a fan. He said she felt replaced by this woman, even before it got really crazy, so I didn't bring it up much with his mom since it was a touchy subject. As his mom got worse, this friend started coming over to his house and befriending his mom. I think she put up with it to make him happy and make him feel supported as he was dealing with her getting worse. That woman was a saint. I adored her. The moment his mom passed, she pissed off his grandparents and uncles immediately after spending the last 2 months befriending them. She has a son already. But I had a holy shit moment yesterday and realized there's another guy our age that she has a similar closeness with like my boyfriend, and I realized this is a pattern. There's girls in the friend group that's always at their house, so I didn't connect it before, but she isn't close with the girls like she is with my BF and this other guy. He is single, before you ask. Update 2. An older woman is attempting to take on a mother my boyfriend, who is currently dealing with grief, and I'm becoming increasingly concerned about it. So he texted me saying he was in the car headed back, and I couldn't stop myself. I said something, and I'll provide exact quotes from the text below. Me, have a safe drive, but I need to be upfront with this. Where is the friend staying tonight? I think she needs to get a hotel room. Don't think we are making it the whole way today, got a pretty late start. Probably a hotel then drive remaining tomorrow, but we will see. I don't want to kick her out right now. She leaves Sunday morning BC, no flights tomorrow. Me, are you comfortable with her sleeping in your bed? I don't care, to be honest. She's like a parent to me, so it's never made me uncomfortable. I'm sorry if that makes you uncomfortable. I don't have my couch yet, otherwise I would sleep there. But I'm not going to make her get a hotel when she's like family to me. I need you to be okay with this right now, please. I can't handle more questioning about my decisions than my family has already done every single day for the past week. So please just say you are okay right now. We can talk about this a different time if you want to, but I'm barely keeping my shit together. So wow. I was speechless. I know he's struggling hard, but I couldn't believe he would blatantly say her staying over was more important to him than my clear discomfort. I do want to have an in-person discussion about this with him. For those who would say leave now, I hear you. But it's hard to do a 180 in a day. Edit. I made a mistake on the last update. Left out 2 middle text by accident. But the overall message was the same. Update 3. An older woman is attempting to take on a mother my boyfriend, who is currently dealing with grief, and I'm becoming increasingly concerned about it. Forgive the delay. We talked yesterday, but I was tired and didn't get to typing it up. We talked in person. Basically he agreed with everything. They won't let him have a relationship and they need to stop the weird shit. He agreed. He wants us all to be friends, and I said I could try if and only if the weird shit stops now and forever. I doubt it. He agreed she's possessive and controlling and it needs to stop. I challenged why he'd say this now, but on Friday I said there's an issue. He told me to leave it alone. Felt hypocritical. He said if he puts up boundaries with them, they will retaliate, his word, against me and blame me for ruining their friendship. I pointed out how toxic and unhealthy that is, and he agreed. I want action taken. Words don't mean much now. If he can't put up boundaries immediately and hold to them, I'm gone. But even if he does hold to it, I can't constantly worry about this. She can't fight to posses and control him every time there's a crisis. Especially not a mutual crisis. House burns down. Pet dies, when I'm struggling too. I am still lost at what to do here. His mom died a week ago, and leaving him after he just said he wants to fix it is tough. When it's just us, things are fantastic. For those saying leave now greater than I do hear you. I'm not shutting my ears to you. It's a lot to switch from seeing a future to considering leaving it all right now.